A very good evening, viewers. It's 6 p.m. and you're watching Republic TV. I'm Deepak Suresh Kumar. This show is your one-stop destination for all the stories from the length and breadth of the nation. First up, we'll get you the latest updates in the Tirupati Laddu prasadam row. Now, NDA workers have staged a protest outside Jagan Reddy's house and they were detained. And along with that, viewers, we'll tell you about the Bengaluru murder horror, which was another Shraddha-like rerun in the Silicon City. A 29-year-old woman was chopped into 40-plus pieces. Her body parts were stored in the refrigerator, and her family is now inconsolable, demanding justice in the entire matter. And amidst the ongoing Jammu and Kashmir election season, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has issued a stern warning to the pro-Pakistan lobby, saying that terror and talks don't go hand in hand. And in this show, viewers, we also have a bonus story for you from the United States. And that is the Prime Minister's US visit. He's on a 3-day visit. The Quad Summit is done and the next stop is New York, where he will be addressing the Indian diaspora. The countdown has begun. The excitement is palpable. We'll get you all the latest, but first a quick look at the headlines.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
Body of Bengaluru woman found chopped into over 40 pieces, body parts stored in the refrigerator. Accused is on the run. Manhunt launched. National Conference's Omar Abdullah bats for dialogue between India and Pakistan. Omar Abdullah says, if you can hold talks with China over LAC, then why can't you speak to Pakistan? Union Home Minister Amit Shah leads BJP's campaign charge in Jammu and Kashmir, rips into India alliance, issues stern warning over sympathizing with terror. Prime Minister to address Indian diaspora tonight in New York. All eyes are on the mega event. The countdown has begun.
God is here to stay, to assist, to partner, and to complement.
The sets the agenda in the United States, says Quad is here to stay and partner.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
Let's start this bulletin with the bonus story from the United States. The Indian diaspora was ecstatic to meet the Prime Minister as he landed in Philadelphia yesterday. He took part in the Quad Summit. He held bilaterals with Biden, and he also sent out a stern message saying that Quad is here to stay and is here to partner. And he is now set to address the Indian diaspora tonight, which is all excited. The preparations are underway. Here's a complete story.
Massive diaspora engagement has emerged as a key factor in PM Modi's visits abroad. Be it Poland, Ukraine, Russia, Singapore, or the United States. The Indian diaspora has not once failed to give the Prime Minister a grand welcome. This time in the United States too, the Prime Minister has once again received a rousing welcome. Amid that, and on the sidelines of the Quad Summit in Delaware, former US President Donald Trump has sought a friendly meeting with Prime Minister Modi. He claimed India to be an abuser of Indo-US partnership, but PM Modi, a friend.
So we're going to call it the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act, or I'll leave the name Trump off as long as we do it. So when India, which is a very big abuser, he happens to be coming to meet me next week, and Modi, he's fantastic. I mean, fantastic man. A lot of these leaders are fantastic. You have to understand one thing. They're 100%. These people are the sharpest people. They're not a little bit backward. They are at the top. You know the expression, they're at the top of their game, and they use it against us. But India is very tough. Brazil is very tough. There are certain countries, I can tell you every one. I can give you from top to bottom.
PM Modi has earlier described his interactions with Trump as a quote-unquote perfect meeting of minds.
In India, have connected well with President Trump. The words of candidate Trump, अब की बार ट्रम्प सरकार, rang loud and clear.
PM also met the US President Joe Biden. The two leaders held bilateral talks on regional and global issues. The two countries are working to unlock $1 billion to build global clean energy supply chains. PM Modi also attended the Quad Summit, where he said that the Quad is here to stay.
फ्रेंड्स, हमारी बैठक ऐसे समय हो रही है जब विश्व तनावों और संघर्षों से घिरा हुआ है। ऐसे में साझा डेमोक्रेटिक वैल्यूज के आधार पर क्वाड का मिलकर साथ चलना पूरी मानवता के लिए बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है। हम किसी के खिलाफ नहीं हैं। हम सभी एक रूल्स बेस्ड इंटरनेशनल ऑर्डर, संप्रभुता और क्षेत्रीय अखंडता के सम्मान और सभी मसलों के शांतिपूर्ण ढंग से हल निकालने का समर्थन करते हैं।
After attending the summit, the Quad leaders attended the Cancer Moonshot event. Prime Minister Modi pledged that India will contribute 40 million vaccine doses for the Indo-Pacific countries.
आज कैंसर केयर में काम करने वाले भारत के कई एक्सपर्ट्स इस इवेंट्स में हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं। भारत का विजन है वन अर्थ वन हेल्थ। इसी भावना से मैं क्वाड मूनशॉट इनिशिएटिव के तहत $7.5 मिलियन के सैपलिंग किट्स, डिटेक्शन किट्स और वैक्सीन का सहयोग देने की घोषणा करता हूं।
In tune with India's One Earth, One Health mission, he announced a $7.5 billion support during the Cancer Moonshot event in Delaware. The aid is directed at sampling and detection kits and vaccines. From steering the Quad Summit to holding bilaterals, PM Modi underlined India's intent to deepen engagement with like-minded partners in the global south.
Viewers, after the optics, hugs, handshakes, and even photo ops, the Prime Minister's, along with his Quad partners, US President Joe Biden and his Australian and Japanese counterparts, Anthony Albanese and Fumio Kishida, released a Wilmington declaration at the end of the 6th sitting of the group in Delaware. And among the key takeaways from the declaration was conducting joint patrolling missions in the Indo-Pacific to hold off an assertive China, and also a consensus on pushing for urgent reforms in the United Nations Security Council. Watch this report for all the latest on the 6th Quad Summit.
Asserting that the Quad was here to stay, Prime Minister Narendra Modi shared the big takeaways from the 6th huddle of the group in Delaware. At a media briefing after the summit, PM Modi said all member states consented to committing themselves towards a free, open, inclusive and prosperous Indo-Pacific. The Quad came out with a Wilmington declaration at the conclusion of the summit, pledging to launch joint patrolling missions in the Indo-Pacific, including the South China Sea, to counter an assertive China. The collective of India, US, Japan and Australia also reached a consensus on pushing for urgent structural reforms in the United Nations Security Council. The member states also pledged to support the Cancer Moonshot project, with India pledging $7.5 million for the initiative against cervical cancer. The Prime Minister underlined that the Quad was not against anyone, adding that it supports a rules-based international order and stands for respect and sovereignty.
हम किसी के खिलाफ नहीं हैं। हम सभी एक रूल्स बेस्ड इंटरनेशनल ऑर्डर, संप्रभुता और क्षेत्रीय अखंडता के सम्मान और सभी मसलों के शांतिपूर्ण ढंग से हल निकालने का समर्थन करते हैं।
The Quad also acknowledged India as a predominant power in the Indian Ocean. Heaping praise on India, President Biden said there was a lot to learn from its leadership in the Indian Ocean region. In a veiled message to China, the statement added that the Quad stands for a region where no country dominates and no country is dominated.
As to India, definitely yes. I mean, we are the largest population on this planet. One, we are a growing economy. We are growing, okay? So when you multiply the population by our economic growth, our momentum is quite humongous, right? As well as with all of this, we are able to invest more and more into, quote unquote, you could say security, one could say security areas in defense, in infrastructure. So India's role in this Quad is absolutely important, right? Or important, or I mean, it is there, so to say. But this also indicates the point of fact in this statement when they said that the Quad is here to stay. Yes, that is a welcome stance, welcome development, I would say, from our point or from the point of view of all Quad countries. But at the same time, what it indicates, the world is heading into a division.
The countries involved in the Quad come from diverse geographical regions, have diverse geopolitical objectives, and diverse partners as their geostrategic partners. And it is very important to understand that India's role in the Indian Ocean is of tremendous value for all the other partners, because India's location, especially the Andaman Nicobar Island region, especially how India is located in the entire region, is of tremendous strategic value to its partners in the Quad. So I think this is something that will be in the minds of people, and this is something that America, I'm sure, is very well aware of.
As the Quad bats for free and open Indo-Pacific while committing to joint patrolling missions, the big question is, will it deter the Dragon?
Well, the countdown has begun, viewers, for the Prime Minister's address to the Indian diaspora. We'll get you all the latest, but it's time for us to move on and shift our focus to the stories that are happening back home in India, because the Odisha assault case has been our top focus, because after a local court granted bail to 7 engineering students accused of attacking an army officer and misbehaving with his fiancée on September 15th, on that fateful night, the medical report of the woman has also confirmed several injuries on her body parts. Now, the BJD is likely to observe a bandh on September 24th. Meanwhile, the suspended inspector in charge of the Bharatpur police station is also likely to be arrested. Take a look.
While the Odisha assault case on the army officer and his fiancée shook the entire nation, the youngsters arrested for attacking the army officer and misbehaving with his fiancée have been released on bail. A local court granted bail to 7 engineering students who were accused of the attack on September 15th night. The incident happened over a vehicle overtaking incident around 2 a.m. The students were charged under sections 126, 115, 117 and 296/3 of the BNS. Police said the students' arrest was based on CCTV footage of the incident. As per the police, the students dragged the officer and assaulted him even when he attempted to intervene.
BJD called a hartal on Tuesday from 6 a.m. It will be a 6 hours hartal, and highlighting the brutal attack particularly in a police station. और इनका ऊपर जो हुआ है अत्याचार और एक आर्मी ऑफिसर के ऊपर हुआ है, तो ये सारा देश में आंदोलित किया है.
While the accused students have denied the allegations, a viral video appears to show them in an altercation with the women. Meanwhile, the medical report of the victim shows injury marks in her right hand, injury marks in her back, and bleeding from the nose, along with another injury on her lip. While the Odisha police officers staged protests demanding revocation of the issued suspensions against the cops accused of mishandling, in the latest, sources say that the inspector in charge of the Bharatpur police station, Dinakrishna Mishra, who was suspended on Friday, will likely be arrested. The BJD also said it will observe a 6-hour Bhubaneswar Bandh on September the 24th. The crime branch has been investigating the case.
Meanwhile, the mega political showdown continued over the alleged use of animal fat in the making of the holy Tirupati prasadam at the Tirumala temple, as Andhra Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan began his Prayashchita Diksha, an 11-day penance, viewers, and purification ritual amid the entire face-off. After offering prayers at the Sri Dasavatara Venkateshwara Swami temple in Guntur, seeking penance for the alleged adulteration of the laddus under the previous YSRCP regime, the actor turned politician said that he was deeply hurt by the malicious attempt to infuse impurity to the prasad offered to countless devotees at the iconic shrine. Meanwhile, top seers and spiritual gurus also came out condemning the alleged adulteration of the Tirupati Laddu, calling it as a conspiracy against the followers of Sanatan Dharma. The controversy over the alleged adulteration of the Tirumala prasadam with pig fat under the YSRCP refused to die down. As Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan began an elaborate atonement ritual, the actor turned politician began the Prayashchita Diksha, an 11-day ritual for penance and purification at the Sri Dasavatara Venkateshwara Swami temple in Guntur. Visuals showed the Deputy Chief Minister offering prayers to Sri Dasavatara Venkateshwara Swami, seeking penance for the alleged sin committed in Tirumala under the previous YSRCP regime. Taking to his X handle, Pawan stated that he was deeply hurt by malicious attempts to infuse impurity to the laddus, which is offered as prasadam to countless devotees visiting Tirumala. The Deputy Chief Minister said that he took a vow to fast for 11 days and will also follow other rituals to seek forgiveness for what allegedly happened under the previous government. Amid the row, BJP workers staging a protest outside the residence of former Chief Minister YS Jagan Reddy were arrested on Sunday. In the firing line of the ruling TDP and the BJP, LOP Jagan wrote to PM Modi, calling Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu a liar and seeking his intervention in the matter. Meanwhile, top seers and spiritual leaders also condemned the alleged adulteration of the Tirumala prasadam as a conspiracy against Sanatanis. Pandit Dhirendra Shastri, the Peethadishwar of Bhageshwar Dham, called on the Andhra government to make strict laws against such attempts to offend religious sentiments and belief. He also demanded that the government pushes for death penalty for the accused in the adulteration row.
तिरुपति बालाजी के प्रसाद में चरवी के घी का लड्डुओं का प्रसाद वितरण किया गया था या प्रसाद लगाया गया। अगर ये जानकारी सत्य है तो ये बहुत बड़ा अपराध है। निश्चित रूप से भारत के सनातनियों के खिलाफ ये सुनियोजित तरीके से किया गया षड्यंत्र है और इस प्रकार का कृत्य करके भारत के सनातनियों को सनातनियों का धर्म भ्रष्ट करने का पूर्ण रूप से तैयारी की गई है। हम तो चाहेंगे कि वहां की सरकार सख्त से सख्त कानून बनाकर उन दोषियों को फांसी की सजा देवे।
Expelled Congress leader Acharya Pramod Krishnam also weighed in, claiming that a larger conspiracy was afoot to destroy Sanatan and some political parties are hand in glove in it.
आज सनातन को खत्म करने की साजिशें हो रही हैं, सनातन को भ्रष्ट करने की साजिशें हो रही हैं, और इन साजिशों में पूरी दुनिया की बड़ी बड़ी ताकतें शामिल हैं। और दुर्भाग्य की बात है कि सनातन को मिटाने की जो साजिश हो रही है उसमें भारत के कुछ राजनीतिक दल भी सम्मिलित हैं। तिरुपति मंदिर का जो पूरा प्रकरण है वो सनातन को भ्रष्ट करने की एक साजिश है।
Revered spiritual gurus Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and Sadhguru also spoke up amid the controversy, asking for devotees and not governments to run the temples. With anger over the prasadam row showing no signs of letting up, the big question is, will Jagan and the YSRCP seek forgiveness for their sin? Moving on, viewers, we have some visuals coming in from the Nassau Coliseum where the Prime Minister is all set to address the Indian diaspora. Let's cut across to those visuals coming in. There you see, viewers, a traditional welcome is awaited for the Prime Minister. The preparations are in full swing in Long Island, New York, as members of the Indian diaspora arrive for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's highly anticipated community event that is called Modi and the US, which is scheduled to take place in just a short while from now. Community members have already started gathering about 5 hours from the event, with artists from different groups preparing to showcase traditional music. We have Ankush Bhandari also joining us live from New York. Ankush, 500 artists, over 15,000 people are expected to gather at the Coliseum. How are the preparations on ground and what's the mood like?
We are just going to the venue and we are in the bus right now. So we have a couple of buses coming from New Jersey and I am in one of them. So as always, the excitement is at the peak. Everybody is excited to see the Prime Minister Modi and see him. I have a couple of people over here. Let me go around in the bus and you can talk to some other people too, okay? Hello. Yeah, we are going for the event and we are very excited for the event today. So this is the bus, Abhishek, where we are going, and I will take you to the round of the bus. If anybody wants to speak to the Republic, let us know.
Yeah, we are going to attend the event with Narendra Modi, and everyone is so excited.
Anybody else?
Excited to be a part of this event. Looking forward to see Prime Minister Modi.
Yeah. Thank you so much. You can join us. So we are very excited, and thank you so much. And look at that, all the people is here. We are going.
Thank you. Okay, let me Abhishek take you at the back of the bus, okay?
Hi, we are very excited.
Hello, we are excited to see Mr. Modi.
Yeah, so Prime Minister Modi will address a significant community event in Long Island in New York. So he will engage with Indian community. So we are so excited.
Yeah, everybody wants.
Well, it seems like we have some technical difficulties given the kind of situation they're in. They're in transit. They're all embarking on a bus journey to New York from New Jersey. They're all excited to get a glimpse of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will be addressing the diaspora in New York, Long Island. Now, like we showed you visuals, here are other preparations that are currently underway. Many cultural performances are also lined up where the groups will showcase their traditional talent along with Desi music. Performers from the Jailosh Dol Tasha group representing the Indian state of Maharashtra and many from Tamil Nadu could also be seen in today's event. They are awaiting the Prime Minister's arrival. He is all set to address the Modi-US program at around 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, viewers. That's about Exactly 3 hours from now, the Prime Minister will be live from New York, and there are preparations also that are currently underway. There you see a lot of traditional preparations that are being prepared for the Prime Minister's address. They will give him a ceremonial, traditional welcome, and the Indian community is very busy with the last-minute practice for their dance performances outside the Nassau Coliseum. The visuals on your screens clearly show that, because the Prime Minister's visit comes in the thick of the elections, the presidential elections. In fact, we're back with Mr. Bhandari, who is on the bus to New York.
Event in Nassau County, Long Island, New York. Looks like the atmosphere is festive. Looks like we are celebrating Diwali here today. Look at, if you see outside, the dole players are playing dole, the tasha players. It's like Bhangra, Garba, everything together here in Nassau County. 15,000 Indian diaspora have come to New York from 42 different states. We are all waiting for our Prime Minister Narendra Modi to come. It is a historical event. It is the first time ever any Indian Prime Minister has visited Long Island in 75 years. And our county executive, that is the mayor of Nassau County, is so excited to welcome. According to his word, he is so lucky that he is going to welcome the most popular leader of not only India, but of the world. Today, world is looking at Bharat and Indian leadership and leadership of Narendra Modi for any problems all around the world. And we are all excited that our Prime Minister, who is so popular, is going to address Indian diaspora today in Nassau County. And we want to ask him, tell us what we can do for Bharat. And that's about it.
Well, that was a reaction from the organizing committee, which is overseeing the organizing of the entire diaspora event for the Prime Minister. The countdown has begun. In 3 hours from now, the Prime Minister will address the Indian diaspora. Mega Modi and US event will start at 9:30 Indian Standard Time. But that's all we could pack for you in this edition of the Bulletin. Stay tuned to Republic TV.